Hello everyone. In this session we are going to see how to handle dynamic elements in Selenium. Now before we go ahead, let us understand what is the meaning of dynamic elements. So if I open Firefox and navigate to some site like Yahoo, so most of the time web pages are very dynamic in nature, in terms of like the advertisement which is displayed over here and the links which are displayed on the website, different details like the section of the news which are displayed over here. Especially if you are automating a website like Amazon, uh, which is very dynamic, which works with cookies. Whatever is displayed on the web page for one user can be entirely different from whatever it gets displayed for another users. So in that case, when we are automating such a website where the elements are not fixed, either their location or the properties of the elements are not fixed, then in that case whatever locators we will create like XPath, CSS path, or by using ID, class, or name, all the locators what we create by using the attributes or tag of the element. If it changes over the period of time, or if it changes according to the different user settings, then the test which we have created might fail, uh, as the elements description is changing. Now to handle it, we have there are different ways. There is not one way to handle it as such, but the best way to work with dynamic elements by getting the collection of elements. Like for example, I want to verify some links on the web page. Now some of them might come, some of them might not appear on the web page, but what I want to do is, let's take an example and try to understand the concept over here. So the first type of dynamic elements is, it can appear, it cannot appear. So there are certain links on the web page and I want to take the collection of those links. I don't know what all links are there. I just want to retrieve all the links and display the name of all the links. Okay, let us take this basic example and then it will give us a good understanding of what is this first type of dynamic elements. So I have written the first three statements. First thing, for setting the properties for Gecko driver for Firefox. Then we are launching the driver. Web driver is equal to new Firefox driver. This will create the instance of Firefox driver. And then we will go to some site. In this case, we want to navigate to yahoo.com. So let me copy the URL and go to this place here. Okay. Now after I navigate to Yahoo, I want to take the collection of all the links. Now what it says, we want to create a locator which satisfy all the links on the web page. Now you can create XPath or CSS path for this, but I would say in CSS there is a very effective way of getting the dynamic elements or elements collection, which is by using the name of the tag. If you say just A, then it will return all the elements which have A tag. Now A means anchor tag, it means link. So if you look at the matching nodes, it is 144 matching nodes it is showing. So this is a simple selector we can use, CSS selector, which if you retrieve the values, it will retrieve all the values which are matching to this particular node. So in this case, it is highlighting all the A tags, that is all the links on the page. So if you can see, everything which is link is highlighted on the page. Okay, now what you can do is driver dot find element and find elements. Find element we have already seen, which will retrieve a single element, whatever description we are providing over here. According to that, whatever elements it finds, it just gives the one element, first element, or most of the time we provide a description which will give us a unique element, so it will just get that. But in such case, like in this one, when we want to get the collection of elements more than one, then we should use find elements. So now we want to find multiple elements, and for that I am going to use CSS selector, and the selector is A. Now this collection I want to take, now it's a collection, so I want to take it inside some list. So create a list object here. This list consists of what? This list consists of web elements. They are all web elements. So the data type of the list over here is web elements. And let us give some name to the list. Links. We should import both list and from java.utils import it, and import the web element from Selenium. This link object will retrieve all the elements which are found by this selector, and those will be stored inside this list. Now the name of the link lists we have provided as links. So simply, if you take this special for loop for each link inside the link collection, so for each web element, and I would say link to that inside the collection of web elements which is links. So this name you can provide anything. So for each link inside the collection of links, what we want to do, let us say I want to retrieve few things, like I want to retrieve the name of the link dot get text. Let us try to see if it gives some text. Link dot, there is something called as get attribute. Very interesting. What does it do? It get attribute in the sense, if you look at any link or any element's description, there is ID, there is class, there are different attributes. Now if you want to retrieve the values of that attribute, you can just provide the value name of the attribute, and it will retrieve the value. So in this case over here, if I say I want to retrieve the value of href, it will tell me the link reference and the value will be retrieved. Now all these values which we are retrieving, we can show it. After displaying these two things, we can just put a dotted line in between, and after everything is done, driver dot quit. So let us try to execute and see what it returns. Okay, you can see it's retrieving the values. Let us try to take some other web page. Let me see Google one where there are less links. Okay, so there are around 42 links, and then look at the values. It is just taking all the links out. This is the first link, this is the text of the link and reference of the link. Gmail is another link, this is the reference images. Now this link does not have any text, it does not have any text. Maybe these are hidden links. Then yeah, there is sign in link, this X, yes, show me, and there are some links which does not have any text. Privacy terms, settings. So simply in this way, provide the selector, and best way for links is CSS selector, because if you just put a, it will give you the collection of all the links. Just keep that collection into a list and then apply the special for loop on the list and get whatever values. Now let us say you want to verify whether a specific link present or not present. My testing point is I want to check whether a specific link is present on the page or it's not present, and if it is not present, I just want to fail it. And there is a specific set of links. For example, there are 6-7 links which I want to check. So that thing also you can check it in the same fashion. In the collection, whenever you retrieve the text, over here you can apply a conditional statement, if condition. What you can do is if dot equals you can use, and for example I want to check for Gmail. So if the link text which we are looking at is equal to Gmail, then Gmail link found, and we can break the loop. So if it is not found at all, so that's it, it's closed it, and in the output if you see it says Gmail link found. In a case when link is not at all found, at that point of time this is required. If link found equal to false, okay, now what happens, this will go into the if condition if Gmail is present. If Gmail is not at all present, then even after completing all the iterations, the link found will not become true at all. So in that case, this will come into picture where if no link is found, then it can say that okay, whatever you are looking for is not found over there, and it will just print Gmail. So just to make it not found, I'm going to change the value in the equals and run it again. So if you look at the output, it says Gmail link is not present. There is other way of taking collections. Let me just take one more example on this. Let us go to some site on Firefox, Facebook. Let me activate the Firebug and okay. Now just try to look at this highlighted section here. Now what if you want to take the collection of all the links in the highlighted section? You want to retrieve the name of all the links which are inside this particular section. You are not interested in the links on the whole page, but you are interested in this section only. So this can also be achieved. Let us see how we can get it done. So let me change the name of the web page here, or website here. Then this particular statement will change because it will retrieve the links on the web page, all the links on the web page. Now first we want to make Selenium concentrate on this particular part, and then take all the links which are appearing in this particular part. So for that, what we can do is, over here, instead of taking the list of web elements, we can take a web element, and it will be, the name of the web element can be some section like, and the same thing you can use. Only thing is dot find element. Now first we want to provide the details of this particular section, and when we see in the description, it is the section. If I am taking my cursor on the tag, then it's highlighting the section. All I need to do is provide the selectors for that. So I can create a CSS for this, which is this one. All I want to put is div because it is important to provide the tag also. So this is the CSS selector for that. So by dot CSS, and this is the CSS selector. Now what will happen? This link section will be now this particular section which we are looking at. Now when I want to take the collection from a specific section, then instead of providing driver.find elements, I can just use this link section dot find elements. So this link section is retrieved by using the driver and by providing some specific values. So it will act as a parent, and the find elements by something something whatever, that will find the elements only in this section but not on the whole page. This is very important to understand. This link section is retrieved from the driver by providing some description. Now we are applying the find elements not on the driver but on the link section. So whatever elements are found by using the description which we are providing here, those elements will be found by and from only this particular section. So now this list of links will have the collection of links from only this particular section which is highlighted. So I can see there are like around this 1 and 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, maybe this is also link 5, something links are there. So let us try to execute it, and I do not want to check anything in this case. I just want to get the name of the links. So I'll delete this part, and so link dot get attribute href, and similarly there is another thing we want to find out. which is link dot get text. Also, if it has name, we want to get it, so name, and then we will put some dotted lines here. So let me clear the things and execute. So we are on the Firefox, sorry, and we are on the Facebook, and in the output, 4 links. Why do I need to provide? So this is the first link. Why do I need to provide? Then terms, which is this link. Then data policy, which is this one. And there might be cookies and sign up. Yep, cookies and sign up was not a link. Maybe it's a button, so it's not here. So cookies use. If we disable the statement, if we do not want to find it in the section, but we want to find everywhere, like let me comment it out and put driver, then it will find all the links on the page, but not in that section itself. So see, there are a lot of links. So these are all the links which it found from the Facebook page. Earlier it was 4, but now it's like around 51 links. Many of them might be hidden also. And this is also very important, very useful. This concept is used a lot of times for retrieving the data from web table. So let us try to see this concept once again. What we are doing, we are first providing the section details by looking at the description of the section. Like in this case it has ID, or the way we create any selector, and it's up to you what you want to use. You can use CSS, XPath, or you can just use ID, or if it provides class or name, anything that we can use, create the description and provide the description to the find element. Now with that, create one web element and then take the collection of, in this case link, but collection of whatever you want to take the collection of inside that web element, whatever we find. So now in this case the collection would be taken only from this section, and then you can just concentrate to get the output from that section itself.